Yeah, hey James, how are you? This is, I forget writing. It's a waste of time. What I'm about to say would take me half a day almost to write it, and it takes you almost as much time to read it. So I thought, stuff that. Why don't I just do a private video to you? That's the quickest and easiest way to do it. A sort of a morning coffee chat. Yeah, okay. So I've got quite a bit after yesterday's conversation. I found that very interesting, and so the thing is, I'm sort of, you and I are a little bit the same, in the same position. I can relate to you. We both really want, like you want a house. I can tell that, and you want to be doing, just get things, maybe get a family and all that sort of thing, and so you should. Okay. I'm wanting to get out of this. I'm wanting to get going and get back some sort of a normal life, okay? If you can call my life normal. But I want to get into an apartment, with furniture and all that sort of thing, okay, and feel a bit normal. Okay, so just bear with me as this unfolds. It's all based on last night's conversation. I was just running around this morning. I had to go and get a couple of things from the store, but beforehand, I had this thought of, will I buy beans or not? I've got a few sweet peas out there for my curry. Okay. And I remember, because I got to thinking, beans are only $1.50 a handful, right? But, it's only $1.50 a handful. But say I can save $100 a fortnight, which is about what I'm doing. I can do a bit better than that now. But let's just say, for argument's sake, it's $100 a fortnight I can save. $1.50 doesn't sound like much, does it? That's 1.5% of my savings. Now, if I was a proper retired, and I had money, invested, well, that would wipe out $100 of that investment. Can you see how I'm thinking about it? I know it sounds like it's too narrow, but it's not really. I'll get to explaining that. It sounds like I'm looking at too much detail. I'm not looking at the bigger picture. But it's actually a blend of both, and you'll understand in time what I'm talking about. So I got to thinking about, and I thought, that $1.50 quickly becomes, why don't I get, this and that, that's $3, that's only $7.50, isn't it? That's 7.5% of my $100 savings. And just so easy to gone. That's how I have to think, and that's how I am thinking. I think, no, don't have that, don't have this, because I really want to feel like I'm doing well and getting on top of things. I want to buy that fridge. No problems, easy. Buy a fridge. And a bed. I'll pick up a bed at the same time. Then I'm going to get the multi-cooker and the air fryer. Why don't I get a blender as well? How about I get all those bottles of alcohol? It just makes me feel rich, makes me feel like I'm doing well. But really, all I'm doing is just not having the beans or this or that or something else, not having the meat, the chicken, the pies, cut. I've cut everything out, which is better for my health, better for my diabetes. But the point is, it's really driving home to me. It's only $3, but that's 3%. And if you think about today's investment climate, 3% is a hell of a lot of money. So if I can save $6. I'm probably, what would you get a return? $2. I am probably, with the $100 I've got, I've probably got the equivalent of $500. Somebody has worked their guts out to invest, and that's what they're getting. And soon they'll be paying. They won't get anything for it, which I'm sure is going to present all sorts of opportunities. And I'll talk more about that later. So that got me to thinking. I thought, I hopped on my bike and I was riding along, and it got me to thinking about you and what I was trying to say to you last night. It's what I'm suggesting to you is you don't think, okay, what you're probably thinking is you'll buy some Bitcoin or something, okay? You'll take your money, put it in Bitcoin, and hopefully Bitcoin will rise, whatever type of cryptocurrency it is you buy, and it'll rise, and you'll inflate your deposit, double your deposit or whatever, and the spectre of buying a house won't be quite so daunting. Fair enough. Yep, that makes sense. But so this is what I'm saying. You're all thinking up in that balance sheet area. Increase, double your asset type of thing. You're not thinking down the bottom in your income producing area. And what will happen, yeah, I mean, your cryptocurrency may go up, or as I found, it went straight down, okay? So I turned $300 into 150 very quickly. I didn't hold on to it. You know, the Pinay took it from me, but had I done it, I'd be starting to claw my money back. But that was the effect of it. It's just a pure gamble, a gamble of that which I know nothing. I can't control it. I can't do anything. Now, you're in a different situation, and this is what I was trying to say to you last night. It seems you've got various segments in your income-producing area. It seems that most of it comes from, you know, professional builders and what have you, subcontract to them. Yep, yeah, you just go along, do the job, blah, 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 blah. I noticed you mentioned a segment of the market, and look, it may not be big, I don't know how big it was. Members of the public, you describe them as, who, yeah, they'll buy their tiles online and that sort of thing. They just need you to put the thing together. And if you ask me, that it would be a pain in the arse of a client, because you'd be struggling to make money out of it. You know, they have no idea what to do. You know, it's like I would imagine most guys, most tradies say, stuff, I don't want that. Too much stuffing around. No, I just need to go. The builder knows what I'm talking about. I know what he's talking about. You know, we just keep out of one another's way. He says, do that, it's done. You're dealing with an inexperienced person. You've got to explain the whole principles of tiling and bathroom. So the whole thing is really, it's a, yeah, you do it if you're desperate. I'm guessing. So it's something, and what I'd suggested is you could start doing deals with creditors. You know, you'd get the guy to, you know, you'd offer him terms, and then you'd get terms from your creditor. I thought, well, yeah, you're unlikely to do that at first, and you're not going to be real confident with your creditor, because you know you just probably you've never done it before and what have you. And I thought, no, why don't you look at it this way? Why don't you fund your customer yourself? You know, you work out a price and just say to him or her, yeah, look, you know, you'd have to take. You might burn a couple of customers on the way to doing this, right, to get your sales pitched out. But I mean, really, they're going to stuff you around. It's not worth it to you. But you do have a better deal, and what you can offer them is, you know, so much per month over 24 months or 12 months or whatever. Okay, you're saying, what about the risk? Well, what about the risk with anything? What about the risk with cryptocurrency? I mean, that's just pure risk. But see, what you're doing here with your customer is you're taking your money, you're very frugal, you save it, and I'd only suggest doing this with one customer, okay? Okay, and then try and aim to get a 25% return on your money. You won't get it in a bank. You may get it in the crypto market, then again you may not. Aim for 25%. Take that money and actually, and make 25% out of it. And then, you know, with the next customer, take the same money and, if, you know, a bigger job, or do 2 customers. Once you start getting your guts up a little bit, yeah, you might get it. You might get a bad debt, but by the same token, you're getting 25%. So you're basically becoming a usurer, like the banks. Essentially, you're becoming a bank. See, what will happen if you don't become a bank? You'll become a slave to them. So you'll go along, and in the end, you'll say, "Okay, I've got to buy a house. Yeah, I can't leave this any longer. I've got to buy a house." That's it. That's the end of your life, because you're going to take on this huge debt, and you're going to have to pay for it, and you're just going to be sweating every day to go to work. And all you'll be able to do is work your 60 hours a week. There'll be nothing else. Just work. Yeah, I'll take that job. I'll take this job. You won't be able to do anything. Now, this other way, I would suggest to you, if you really sit down and think about compounding interest, 25% per annum, it's a lot of money. It compounds very quickly. And if you sit down and work it out with compound interest formula, you turn over 25%. You turn over 1,000 quid at a rate of 25%. You would not believe how quickly the money multiplies. And you're hiding the whole usury aspect of it behind a legitimate business. And what you're actually doing is exploiting people. You know, the reason they're going online and looking for tiles and everything is they have huge mortgages. And so they've got problems. They've got a problem. How do they solve their problem? So you would have to get your patter down so that somehow you solve their problem. You know, you need to know your numbers in your head. You don't go away and calculate it. You just sort of roll it off your tongue after a while. It'll take you a couple of goes. But, you know, you just turn them around into, you know, how about 25 quid, you know, 25 quid a month for the next 24 months? Wouldn't that be easy? That way you don't have to lay out money for tiles or, you know, anything like that. That means I can do the job cheaper for you. You know, because if I'm trying to work around you, okay, I'm going to have to charge you more. But this way, I'll set it up for you, that sort of thing. You just pay me 25 quid a month. And he's just going to add it to his mortgage bill. You know, can you handle that? Do you want to spread it over a longer time? You know, and then you have that, and so, you know, over 3 years it becomes like 35% per annum. But I don't think you have to tell him that. You know, it's just how you sell it. That's all the banks are doing to people. They're just roping them in, and we're sitting there and just, you know, being roped in. You know, it's just, I know. I've played the credit game before. That's how it's how you build a business. It's how we build our online accounting business. My wife said, no, I want them to pay straight up. So, okay, good luck with that. She tried for a while and she said, I'm not getting any customers. I said, yeah, well, I'm hardly surprised. I said, offer them terms. You know, tell them they can pay it up. Suddenly the customers came, whoosh. She was full. And then they just paid us. We had them set up on, there was some company that they don't guarantee it, but they collected the money for us. Yeah, you pay them, I don't know, a certain amount, and yeah, they take they go into the guy's bank account and take it from them. Yeah, you can set it up that way. There's no guarantee that they're not going to guarantee the money. They're just a collection agency, but it takes it out, and you just say, just go through them. It makes it sound professional, and they don't know that there's no guarantee. But that way you don't have to think about it. It just goes into your account. Yeah, there's a fee for it. And then you do that once, and it's everything. And you'll find people will pay for it because it's professional, right? They don't want to ruin because they know if they fuck these people around, they'll ruin their credit. They don't want to do that. If they're paying you directly, well, it's only you, isn't it? Yes, I can't remember the name of the company, but you know, they just charge a fee and they collect the money for you. But as I said, they don't guarantee anything, and they just collect it for you. It's sort of like a veneer, like a legitimised, makes you look really professional. Yeah, but that's how we did it. And everybody paid. I don't think we had a bad debt. But prices were probably a bit too cheap. But you could actually get 25%, and then you watch, and you think, okay, so and you're only going to get a few of these customers, but you don't need many. It's like I don't need a lot of vegetables to cut a big hole in my vegetable bill. You know, I don't have to go from having nothing in my garden to self-sufficient. Why? What's the point? You know, if I could just reduce it by, 20%, 30%, isn't that something? You know, that money adds up. You know, and my very word, it'll pay for things. You know, I'll be able to buy this, buy that. I'll get a car out of it, I reckon. Might take a year or so, but yeah, but this is what the poor people don't do it. Okay, so they just keep, and they have nothing left, and they have nothing. Okay, so what I'm trying to say is, you actually become a banker. And right now you're in a position to do that. And honestly, if you can start, and it's your risk, right? You look at the person, you weigh them up. You manage the risk. It's not like a cryptocurrency. Okay, so you manage the risk, and it's part of your business. And then you go in, you do the bathroom the way just go in and do it. The way you're not dealing, you set it out with the customer, however you do it. Yep, you do it just like a builder would do it. But as I said, it'll be just a customer here and a customer there and a customer there. And if once you get you'll find there'll be a customer here, there. There'll be heaps. And you'll just know how to sell it. How to turn their mind from, oh God, how am I going to solve my problem? And you'll solve the problem for them by giving them more debt. Yep, I know it's wrong, James. I couldn't agree with you more. I know it's wrong. I know it's, but do you want to be a renter for the rest of your life or what? It's so simple. So my interest in all of this really is it's motivating for me. Because it makes me think, in trying to sell something, an idea to you, I'm selling an idea to me. Like, I've really got to think about what I'm doing myself. For example, if I speak to Captain Bob, he's in a lot of trouble. He's going down. There's nothing about business or getting out of anything. It's like, how do you strap a parachute on his back? Or, that's hopeless. Okay, and Dinosaur Rocks, well, he's got Bitcoin, he's wealthy already. And none of this conversation, he's got other, his emotional sort of problems, particularly with women. It's like, I don't really care about women, if you get me. But yeah, we're sort of on, but see, in talking to you, I'm sort of, that's good, it makes me feel good. I think, it'd be good if James got up, started, doing something. This is working. Did this and did that. It'd be something to talk about and something to inspire one another with. Because that's what we really need: inspiration. When you got this mountain cost of real estate. I mean, if it collapses, fair enough. But even then, you got problems. But it's inspiring one another, pushing one another ahead, helping one another out in a sense. It's other than. If you get my drift, so that's my interest in it. And it's sort of I was thinking about. I thought that'd be actually more fun for you. Yeah, but try it with one. Don't give up after that, because usually it takes you a few goes until you get your gab sorted out, and it won't be with every customer. It'll be only with an opportunity will come along occasionally, where you can. And you go, oh shit, there we go, I'm going to try this. I'll try Bob's idea here. Yeah, and then, as I said, I think you'd need to, just find out the name of a company. I can't remember is it Easy Pay or something like that? Yeah, they just go into the guy's bank account, just take the monthly money out, and put it into your account. So clearly, if he doesn't pay, well, then he's in the shit with them, and his credit goes, and he knows that. And if they say no, they don't want to do it, they want to do their idea, let them go. They're probably not worthwhile having as a customer anyway. Yeah, be prepared to lose one. Because it's I don't know. You'd have to sort of work it all out in your mind. But what I'm trying to say is inflate the price, offer the terms, inflate 25%, and structure it in a way that you get a better return on your labour and investment. That's it. Anyway, that's what I thought I'd share it with you. I had good fun thinking about it, entertained myself on the way to town, and I'll be interested to see what happens if you can do something with it. But I would say just keep it in the back of your mind, and out of the blue, just surprise yourself. You run into a customer sometime, and you'll just feel you'll find yourself going, now blah 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 blah, and then at the end of it, you'll call me and say, "Shit, Bob, I just did it. I didn't even know I was going to do it. It just happened, just came out." Yeah, so I'd be interested. I think it would work, but yeah, credit. Yeah, that's the thing. That's what everybody's problem is. Because once the banks have got you, you've got no choice. You've got no wiggle room really, and that's where you've got to avoid getting into yourself. You want to exploit the opportunity that they've created. I mean, eventually there's just going to be so much debt, the whole thing will collapse. We know that. But in the meantime, I mean, I reckon you could pay cash for a house in, I don't know, 3 years. Probably a bit longer. Yeah, just multiplying 25%. Yeah, but you'd get it up to risk-free, till you're just using not your own money, your own labour. It's not risk anymore. It's just the profits. You're reinvesting the profits in the idea. I reckon you'd be looking probably. Oh well, in 3 years, 4 years maybe, you would be paying. I don't know. You'd probably go in with a deposit of 30%, 40% or something. And providing you had it into a point where you could keep it going, you'd soon pay it off. But the problem is where you're only just getting there, and there's no wiggle room. That's what you've got to avoid. Can you see what I'm saying? If you go in there, if you go, you've got 30%, I can easily easily, pay it off because I've got the thing rolling. I'm on a roll. I'm not using up all my money. I'm just putting, like you might be able to afford a 45 to 50% deposit, but you'll only use 30%. You've got the other 20% to fund your continued development. If you can see that, yeah. So that's the sort of, then you've got the flexibility. You've got options. You can do this, you can do that. If you just go and you spend all your money, bang, boom, in the deposit, yeah, they've got you by the balls. You don't want that. Nobody wants that, and then you're just fucked. Okay, this way, just become one of them. Be a banker, and then I don't know, it's legitimate. You're working. It's worthwhile. It's a business. It's quasi banker type of thing. Anyway, good talking to you, James, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.